Well, for me, feeling ko ang role ko as an artist ay make people ask better questions.
I was here during the opening, so I saw it. And what I thought was there was something kind of like refreshing about the works. I think partly because it was maybe formally, you could say a bit minimal in that sense, but there's also that layer of not wanting it to be too like sleek, like you have the chords wrapped around it. I mean, it's not like meant to be like this like the usual minimalist culture. Yeah. So I think we can begin. Can you tell us about the show, how it began?
Concept-wise, some parts of it I kind of wanted to reintroduce people to what I've done before, but also I wanted to exhibit works or processes or ideas or practices that I kind of picked up when I was studying there. Third siya na parang installment, or third siya na project on a bigger project on the Taal Seismic, which is Hydrophis Semperi. So, endemic talaga siya sa Lake Taal. And na-discover ko yung story na yun when I was studying in Berlin. So, may remoteness to it na kasi tagali pa ako. Tapos parang, I've been to Taal, but I haven't been to the volcano itself. So parang I kind of see the irony in like, kung kailan ka nakarating sa Berlin, sana ka nagtingin ng history ng Taal. So, para sa akin, striking yun as someone who spent quite some time away from home.
I read online that is somehow like a rekindling of your, I think, relationship with art or art making. Yeah, what does that mean for you?
Well, siguro, gusto ko rin gumamit ng fire metaphor about it kasi parang dati lagi lang ako sad pag nagpe-paint. Pag nagpe-paint kasi ako, parang it's a way to kind of cope or endure like things na parang you're impatient for. Especially, yun nga, how I began exhibiting is through the series places. So mostly painting siya. I also have installations, but the idea is parang questions like where do I belong? When I introduce myself, parang what do you work with, or what kind of art, or parang how do you work, or what do you work with? Tapos like ko sinasabi, I work with feelings. Tapos yun nga, masaya ako sa sadness. So yung mga paintings ko is something that confronts those questions. Tapos ngayon, gusto kong i-show na parang somehow nakahanap ako ng bagong fuel to my art making, which is like hate or parang anger or which is a very like primal feeling na hindi ko pa rin alam kung paano i-harness. So kasi yung sadness somehow parang nako-contain siya, tapos somehow na-romanticize naman siya. So you can kind of I don't want to say control, pero natitame naman siya. Pero yung anger parang bago siya sa akin. So in a way scary pero exciting kasi human emotion siya eh. And I think it's very prevalent nowadays. Parang saan mo pwede gamitin yung hate? So, and I kind of want to find a way to like channel that somewhere that is productive.
Yeah. I think what I see is, a lot of artists working here is always confronted with that, I guess, either notion or challenge of having to represent like a national identity of some sort. How do you tackle that within your practice, or is it something you think about at all?
Yeah, definitely. Kasi naalala ko talaga yun kasi para sa first na yung art classes ko nung college pa ako. Tapos parang, what do you think of art? And ganyan. Tapos tanda ko talaga sinulat. Class pa ni Missy, marang na love ko. Tapos parang theater kasi siya, but she taught us introduction to art. Tapos sinulat ko talaga parang I want to use art to find meaning or parang solidarity in national identity, ganyan. Kasi yun nga, kasi talaga siya, palagi na lang siya, what is Filipino? Ganyan. Tapos parang pagod na ako na parang mag-piece together in a passive way. Kasi nga student ka pa naman. Pero yun nga, yun yung tinatry ko palaging gawin as an artist na gusto kong mag-contribute talaga ng alternative na narratives to what we have. Kasi, I mean, yun nga yung nagustuhan ko din studying abroad na parang somehow you can kind of make yourself o ganyan, parang pwede mong di naman nila alam lahat tungkol sa Philippines. So it's also a chance for you to kind of reimagine who you could be if you're not tied down with like national or historical na trauma. Ganyan. So gusto ko yung idea of ano pa kayang stories yung meron tayo na pwede nating i-tell. Kasi marami silang alam about us na hindi laging favorable or parang hindi weird. So yun, para sa akin, gusto kong gamitin yung art to like discover new ways of like who or what Filipinos can be. Kasi obviously, how we think isn't working. So, feel ko yun yung job. Sorry.
Why did you like zero in on the snake as like a point of departure for the show?
Zero in ako on it kasi somehow, very fascinating siya. The snake itself, the story of the snake, and how I discovered it. Tapos parang, at the time, kasi ang ginawa ko, so I studied MA in the Arctic. Tapos, after a year, nag-exchange ako sa Berlin. Tapos parang doon ko talaga parang na-confront na, ba't ba palagi ko na lang feeling na less ako, ganyan. As tinanong ko talaga lahat ng tao. Tinanong ko yung mga Pilipino doon, tinanong ko yung mga Pilipino somewhere else, tinanong ko yung mga friends ko dito sa Manila, sa Batangas. Tapos parang, nag-agree naman sila na ingrained siya somehow. Tapos, nung napunta ako sa Berlin, parang for some reason, na-draw ako sa mga natural history museums. Tapos, hindi siya about nature. It's about science somehow. Tapos, meron akong feeling na parang gusto ko din makadiscover ng something na bago, the way that they did in the 18th, 19th century. Yun, parang doon nanggaling yung parang motivation of like this kind of root of like discovering this creature. So parang ang nangyari, medyo may science, siguro frustrated scientist, ganyan. Tapos parang yung mga gusto ko mag-focus lang on like plants or animals. Basta may project pa ako na nag-focus on canary, nag-focus on monkey, ganyan. Pero ito, doon ako nag-zero in kasi yung pagka-discover ko sa kanya ay very common. Siyempre, ginugel. Tapos parang nahanap mo, parang, kasi yun nga, isa din yun sa mga gusto kong ituloy sa process ko na parang yung serendipity. Yung parang, bakit ko ito nahanap? Para sa akin ganun eh, parang, bakit ito nahanap dito ngayon? So, ayun, parang, so nag-start siya as if hindi pa nag-start. Pero, I keep looking at this, yung taal na webcam. Kasi ang Philbox, meron silang parang feed. Hindi siya talaga parang, usually, di ba, parang pag nagtatrack ka ng volcano, ano siya, video, or parang surveillance. Ganun. Pero ito, parang picture lang every 5 minutes. Tapos parang, ano meron dyan? Tapos, iniwan ko muna, nag-work ako on other projects, ganyan. Tapos, parang bumalik, kasi binabalik-balikan ko din. Tapos, hindi ko naman alam kung bakit. Tapos, eventually, parang I came across one thing after another hanggang sa nahanap ko na, may ganito palang snake doon na fascinating yung story. Story siya of like survival, story siya of identity. Naka-identify ako with that specific specimen na story kasi meron siya similar history na experience similar to how Filipino history is usually taught, pero somehow may added na virtual element to it kasi hindi ko pa naman nakita lahat. So parang paano kaya yung magiging valid? So parang in a way nag-build on it na lang ako. Tapos yun, lumaki na siya like this.
What is your thought process regarding turning that into like a gallery show?
Well, wala, puso. Kung feeling ko na parang may masasabi siyang totoo or kung may masasabi siyang reality ko na makaka-benefit yung mga tao from it, hindi gagamitin ko ang art para sabihin siya. Feel ko naman nagagaling din siya sa what you want to share. May bago akong na-discover, yun, ganun siya. So pag feeling ko in the same way na parang when scientists discover something, or parang when yun, parang knowledge production. So nanggagaling siya sa need to contribute to something new, something na might be interesting, and something that might inspire or help. Yan. So pero hindi pa siya yung fullest, I think, for me. So nagko-continue naman siya, I think.
Do you worry that there's a risk in not being able to connect to as many people?
Oo. Medyo. Kasi parang isa pa rin yung fear. Kasi kinausap ko din yung iba kong friends and people who went to the show na who kind of know what I used to do before. Tapos, honestly, para sa amin, lost ako. Ganyan. Pwede ka rin mang ma-lost. Tapos parang, kasi nung solely paintings pa lang yung works, parang, I guess, very, very visceral ng reaction nila to color, to composition, ganyan. Or I don't know if it's like a cultural thing or Manila thing na used tayo to painting. Pero, parang, ganon. Parang dati, ang bilis. Kahit hindi sila pumunta ng show, nag-post na ako ng painting. Parang, I feel this. Tapos parang, nakita, pero ang bilis ng reaction nila. Kasi hindi na nila tinatanong. Na okay lang sa akin kasi at least, I mean, siguro nag-speak sa kanila yung work. So parang I probably did my job well. Pero parang ngayon nga, siguro na doon ako sa middle part ng, kasi I would say na place dictates my work. Kasi pa rin, even nag-change ako o nag-experiment ako on medium now. And I guess kung hindi siya maintindihan at the moment, I have to keep working kasi naniniwala ako dun sa story niya nahanap ko. So, I'll do my best. Di ko naman pinagdadamot at least yung explanation. Pero, or at least yung explanation that I can say. Kasi yung iba, hindi ko rin alam. Kasi isa din sa mga binabasa ko about mga magic, ganyan. Very big part of magic is not knowing. Pag alam mo na lahat, yun na magic. So, not that I'm withholding it, pero actually, ang process ko ay ayoko ding malaman. So, tinatry ko siyang skirt around na parang, kasi mauubos ka talaga kapag ginamit mo siya masyado na alam ko to. Ganyan. So, parang gusto ko i-retain yung humility na, guys, hindi ko rin alam. So, yun.
Do you ever think of the gallery space as like context in itself, and is it like a challenge for you?
Well, feel ko isa din yun na parang, hindi ko alam kung gift siya o hazard ng art, pero ano siya yun nga, vulnerability din. Kasi I feel like there's power in revealing. So parang, para sa akin, sa ibang spheres o sa ibang fields, detriment siya for efficiency. Pero feel ko sa art halos to an extent is not a requirement na parang, maghanap ka ng struggle. Parang weird talaga yun. So, in a way, tinry ko i-balance na, wag masyado madrama kasi baka hindi naman siya big deal. Pero, wag mo rin i-validate kasi mahalaga din yung voice ko. So, feel ko yun siya. And as for the gallery naman, existing structure siya and it worked for a long time because it made sense historically. But I think now, yun nga, minsan may mga ideas or may mga concepts na posible nang hindi sa gallery mag-exist. Kasi now, I think, lalo na sa atin, parang ang hirap namang mag-site specific kung for example, yung mga stories ng mga objects, ilalagay mo siya sa places na may sariling stories. So parang gusto mo ba yung mix na yon? So para sa akin, conducive yung gallery, especially for a story that almost isn't, 'di ba? So kailangan mo siyang i-assemble somewhere na semi-free of like limits. Para sa akin nga halos ang gallery space ay hindi siya halos space, para sa akin chance siya or opportunity kasi hindi man palaging sa'yo yung gallery. So gusto ko rin yung term na time specific. So hindi lang siya space. You're not just working with space, but you're also working with time na throughout the 3 weeks, ano mangyayari.
For you, what is the role specifically of the artist today?
Well, for me, feeling ko ang role ko as an artist ay make people ask better questions that will, na compelling for them. Yun. Tsaka yung mga alternative ways of thinking. Kasi feeling ko, knowledge production, kasi, girl, the world is burning and like all traditional ways of thinking, they don't seem to work. And we kind of need ways to rethink. Yun lang, as in rethink, hindi na rethink blank. Pero parang, maging irrational. I mean irrational naman. Yung mga kontrabida nga, puro irrational na, di ba? So parang, sige, gayahin natin, malay mo may mag-work na something. Kasi, yun nga, kailangan ng something na galing sa left field. Because when you are confused, or for example, when people are asked a question, in that moment, you kind of reconsider your values, and power somehow becomes like fluid. So hindi, pag nagtanong ka, minsan rhetorical siya kasi nga, you want a specific reaction or answer. Pero the most earnest questions, they kind of shift the ground beneath you, and it kind of adds something because na-bother ka eh. So, I guess isa pang role ng artist nga is to fully experience reality and respond to it accordingly.
So that that wanting to make people ask better questions and tougher questions, do you think you have somehow achieved that in the show? So,
Hindi ko alam. Titingnan pa natin kung nag-ask talaga sila. Kasi itong show na ito naman, I feel that transitional siya. So parang in my head, ang dami ko ng projects. Tapos parang yung reality is, hindi siya lahat manifested. So, hindi ko siya initial na goal, pero I wish na I can do it better next time. Para sa akin, at the moment, pinractice ko lang yung agency ko, bahala na. Experiment naman siya eh. So, because for me, if sobrang clear ng goal mo sa paggawa ng art, parang hindi masyado kang fixed. Nagpo-produce ka lang ng work. Hindi ka talaga gumagawa ng work. Kasi, planado na eh. So, ano pang chance ng tao na pumasok, ng spontaneity, anong chance? So, ayun, yun na nga lang. Parang may danger nga din talaga of like, ay, wala akong nag-get. So, good job, congrats na lang. So, part din yan, para sa akin, tanggap ko na rin yung ganong reactions. At hindi ko yung tinitake against the person, pero re-evaluation siya for me na parang, do you want to keep this process? No, balancing act talaga siya. Kaya nga, yeah, lagi ko, sinulat ko, something that I kind of hold on to in making art is parang, ang art talaga ay act of faith. Kasi, hindi mo talaga alam kung saan pupunta lahat. Hindi mo alam kung mabebenta, hindi mo alam kung magigets, hindi mo alam kung magugustuhan, hindi mo alam kung magmamatter. Pero ginagawa mo siya kasi naniniwala ka. Feeling ko powerful yung belief.